Recording.
You are live.
Hello.
Hello.
About that time, guys.
Girls.
Huddle in the hut with the girls. Really wanted to pop on today and talk about priorities because we've been talking a bit about it together.
We were kind of exchanging stories before and thinking about things that, like, we observe a lot of, people in the world and people in our lives, and the things that they spend money on. And for me, I grew up in a household where we didn't have much money a lot of the time. And so I've always had that mentality that I have to do everything I can to save every penny. Like, I would never eat out, I would never buy expensive things, and I did definitely go through phases of drinking a lot and doing drugs and spending money on things that weren't of any value, obviously. But I was really in that poverty mindset where I didn't spend any money on myself, even the things that a lot of people do, like getting your nails done and getting your hair done. And yet I would be spending my little money that I had on things that I would call self-care. I've talked before about real self-care versus fake self-care, and I think it's really ingrained in a lot of our lives these days. Spending money on going to Kmart and buying a bunch of stuff to make my house pretty, which was amazing and it was nice, but I don't even know where any of that stuff is now. Like, it's gone. And so, that's hundreds, if not thousands of dollars spent on self-care that didn't create anything that I have today. It was, I guess, prioritizing that money on my wellness and on my day-to-day needs for my own happiness and health, and then the real tools to build what I'm doing now that really changed the game. And had to learn that the hard way. I think a lot of us do, but I think acknowledging the whole real versus fake self-care was a huge kind of slap in the face, because I thought I was doing real self-care in comparison to a lot of people that I would see, but you still get kind of lost in the mix, or maybe you're just not aware of what options are out there, like I wasn't until I guess I found what I do now. So yeah, that was kind of my experience, I guess, from more of like a poverty mindset. Even when I started this, I was like, I don't have the money. And yet I literally just stopped ordering Uber Eats once a week. And I now have a fully functioning, beautiful business and perfect health that obviously is worth more to me and to others than anything I could have ordered on Uber Eats. Even though I love food.
Really, don't we all? Yeah, I think for me, it's crazy. I used to think I don't have the money for whether it was working out or going to a gym or workout classes or healthy food, right? And then when I really took a look at it and I really shifted over the past few months, probably 6 months, I was spending so much money on alcohol, let's be honest, and taking that out of my life, it's now I have so much money to spend on these things that are really doing good things for me and my body and my mental health and my mindfulness, and my quality of life, right? So not only does not drinking, not spending money on alcohol give me so much more energy, it gives me clarity of mind, and it gives me so much more money to spend on better things, right? We hear people say all the time, I don't have enough money, or I don't have money for that, I can't afford that. And my challenge for you is to really take a look at what you're spending your money on. Maybe you're not budgeting right, maybe it's just taking out that night out once a week, or maybe it's taking out going out to eat every other day,
one of the 3 coffees a day.
And what could you spend that money on? Something way better for your health and for your future, investing in your business, investing in
traveling,
exactly,
anything.
I think people say that to us a lot too about traveling. They're like, how do you have all this money to travel?
How do you afford to travel? You're so lucky.
Yeah, and I'm
it's
like, take out one of those nights out a week, learn to budget and really learn what your priorities are, because if your priority, we always say that our priority is to travel, so we make it happen. So if your priority is to travel, then it's gonna happen.
And I think it comes down to mindset too. So you need to really get clear on what your priorities are. You need to sit down and if you're not happy with your life, if you're not happy with your body, with your health, with your relationships, if you want to improve something, if you want to improve an area in your life, then start making that a priority. because what you put your energy into manifests into your reality. So if you keep repeating these things, if you keep repeating these beliefs, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, then you're not going to have the money and you're never going to have the time. Just small shifts. Like, it's like, you know, if you want to have the money to travel, if you want to have, you know, better health, then it's really just small shifts. It's like giving up maybe just a couple nights out with friends, and then there you go, there's the money you need to start going to a gym.
You know, maybe don't go out with your friends, but everyone come around, bring something for dinner. Cheap.
Yeah.
So cheap.
Yeah, totally.
$5 bottle of wine. So cheap.
Like a lazy day spent watching Netflix, sometimes you do need that. But sometimes, like, think about it, like, is that really what you need? Like, is that time that you're spending on Netflix or, you know, just whatever it is, like, is that really, scrolling, is that really, like, I mean, think about just what you can do with 60 minutes. It's like, don't tell us that you don't have time now.
I know you do.
You do, you know, like, and again, if you keep saying that, then you're never gonna have the time, but it's like, you just have to make it a priority, and then once you make it a priority, that's where your time, that's where your energy, that's where your money is gonna start directing towards, and then, like we said, it's gonna start manifesting into reality.
I remember someone years ago said to me, I think it was actually, I was getting a psychic reading. Anyway, but she said to me, she said, you don't have to worry about the how, you just have to worry about the what.
Yes.
Love that.
Like,
Love that.
I know it sounds woo-woo, especially since I heard it from a psychic, but she was so right, because I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, though, like a few years ago. I knew, like, a vague idea of what I was supposed to do here, but I had no idea what it was, and if I did, I would have had no idea how I was going to get to today, where I'm at right now. Not worrying about the how, and just figuring out the what, and drawing the what from your why, like what you want to create for you, what joy and happiness and experiences and whatever you want to have in your life. Like, figure out your why and what makes you really fill up, and like even a bit scared, because you're like, I don't want to believe that that kind of dream could be possible for me. And then let go of the how and just worry about, cool, this is what I want. And honestly, like, you don't even have to do things. People just pop up going like, oh, I know how to do that. Oh, have you thought of doing that? Oh. Like,
that's how we got here. That's definitely how,
so just get really clear on your priorities. Get really clear, and like Kat said, get really clear on your why. You know, like, if there's things that you want to change, there's things that you're not happy with, there's things you wish you could do, wish you had money for, wish you had time for, then like, just think about making those your priority. Then, like,
what do you
make
want
it
your
your
life
priority.
to be about?
Like, if it's travel, if it's more money, if it's more time,
get yourself a check. I think our challenge is just for you to really take a look at your priorities.
Right, like, if think about, like, what you're doing day to day. Like, if we want to leave you with this, are you, you know, evaluate your life, look at your life. Are you creating, are you actively participating in and creating a life that you love, or is it a life that you just want to run away from? Like, you have the power to create a life that you love. Get out of neutral, girlfriend.
Yes. Let's do this. If you guys have any questions for any of us, please don't be afraid to reach out. We love to chat to everyone.
Yes.
And I can't see, the sun's too bright in my eyes.
Molly Talk Show.
Hanging in the hut. Bye, guys.